everyone.
Hello everyone.
All right, great.
Okay, so we just got back from ISAU for those that went. Let's see, just a couple of you were not able to join or, did different days, different things. Very, very exciting, correct? For Sonia, her first time. Bretta's first ISAU second event. Annie's first time to everything. Carlos was first time to everything. Lisa, you did the opportunity meeting.
And then I live streamed, which I thoroughly enjoyed as well. No, but I got a lot of great notes and great information from Susan's slide.
Okay, good. Good, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little, I forgot how this works. We've got a little microphone. I think you just turn it on.
Are those the ones you wear?
Yeah.
Oh, you're new. Is this your first time trying it out?
It is, we'll see if it works. Let's see. All right, we'll find out. All right, hello, testing.
Five kilos, whatever higher.
Yeah, that's how the priests do it.
All right.
Only they don't put it down there.
And their cleavage.
In the
So a little hidden.
They don't have to. Can't see it.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start off today's meeting. So, fabulous. So really, truly, this company is amazing, and you guys should have all seen that. Is that correct? Does anyone not believe that everything about Isogenics really is the gift that they've been talking about? The amazing things that they have to offer, how you feel with the products, the health benefits that we're experiencing, but also the team and what the company is willing to give, the tools that they have everything provided for us. The income is there, people are making it. Any questions about any of that? All right, everyone has that belief. Does everyone have that belief? Be very, very honest.
We wouldn't be here, I don't think, if we didn't.
Okay. Where anyone questioned anything, well, that's okay. I mean, I still have some people who have been around for about a year and a half that still question certain things. Some question, can I really do it? Some question, is this for me? Some question, I'm not sure if I have the ability to really make it, or if I want to. There's all kinds of different questions that go out there. And really to make it in this business, and you probably saw that with each and every person that was on the stage, or even next to you, that 100% they have belief in the products and the products work. I think that we all have without a question, right? Okay, good. 100% the company, believe in the company and the conviction that they will be there. I mean, any little thing that happens, you can call them and get it taken care of. May or may not always be the exact answer that you want, but it's really close. Yeah, I mean, as a large company approaching the $1 billion that we're approaching, there's got to be a couple no's here and there. But for the most part, it's, okay, all right, take care of that. And then the conviction that you can make this income. Does everyone have that conviction that I can do this? Okay, 50-50 maybe, kind of think about where you're at. Because that's what we want to concentrate on is, where do you not have that 100% of everything? Because once you have that 100% of everything, nothing will stop you. Hello, Raquel. Nothing can stop you. You're the machine. And then it's the matter of just going gung ho. Because I think once you get that 100% conviction that this will work, I can do this, I can make the money, and I want it. Does everyone have that 100% that they want it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're there.
Okay.
The one
Then I think you're the
that's
machine.
the one is there.
The consistency of that is always, right, that we want.
Oh, yeah.
But can we do it? I'm sure we all have our ups and
I
downs.
always
right?
have some days where I'm like, motivated, and then other days that voice in my head goes
Okay,
off.
so let's talk about that, because that's what we want to get rid of.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of that?
Well, that's what they talked about on stage, and they talked about it at several of the different meetings. That we've got to get out of our head. We've got to stop thinking on the negative
That's
thoughts.
Susan's advice.
And it's a skill. It's It's a skill that you have to work on, but we can work on that together, because if that's all that's stopping everyone from going skyrocket, then we gotta figure that out. So kind of think about that a little bit, and we'll kind of bring up a couple of particulars and maybe some particular situations of what's stopping that. So Victoria, you said so to the percent, not 100% that you can do it. Is that correct? Okay, do you want to bring out something in particular to kind of help us to help you?
I still have fear of failure.
Fear of failure, okay. All right, so what's the worst thing that's going to happen if someone says no? Is that what you're worried about, if someone says no? Or what's the failure? Let's talk about your failure. What does that mean? Does that mean someone saying no? Does that mean someone not having success with the product or the income? You not having the time to put into it? You not having the words to say? What does...
It's the time, not having the time to put into it. My time is really not here.
Okay. Which really is going to be the case with the majority in this room. Everyone's super busy. I mean, I've been going nonstop since Thursday.
But you find those.
You find it.
If it's important.
Right.
If it's important, you'll find it.
Could I stay home with my family today? Would they love me to be home today? Did I miss the soccer practice today? You know, did I miss seeing my child sing in church yesterday? Yes. But were the other things that I did important as well? And can I make up for those things? Will I go to more soccer practices? Have I been? Have I seen my child? So it's not one case scenarios. But am I willing to give up certain things for a short period of time? And so right now we're running for the 90 days. And so if you want to just put the blinders on and let the family know, and boyfriend and whoever, dogs, whoever it is, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. I'm going to run as hard as I possibly can, and I'm going to knock this out of the park. Because really, and all the leaders that I spoke to over the weekend, really truly amazing. When you get to a certain level, how much easier it becomes. How much less time you put into it.
What's that level?
I'm going to say between 4-star and 5-star.
The level of what?
What do you got there?
It's okay. It's okay. Between 4-star and 5-star, I think is what the common denominator that of people that I had spoken to of where exactly they were, feeling that freedom, feeling less time, feeling not as much pressure. When between associate, hopefully as an associate, you're learning what this is, you get to consultant, but you're kind of like, I have no idea what I just did or how to do it.
Well, I think until you get it to executive, the pressure
Push.
is more. It's
Push
until you get to executive.
Yes.
And once I think you get to executive, you can
Well, it's like,
breathe a little bit.
well, you're not, I feel like we're like,
Gotta keep going.
No, you keep going, as long as you stay, as long as you stay
you don't
executive.
going.
And no, you're right on, she's right on track.
Yeah.
And especially when you're following the crystal math, you're right on track, Lisa. You push and you push and you push because you have these time constraints.
Time constraints.
You have to get to crystal manager in 30 days. You have to get to crystal director in 90 days. You have to get to crystal executive by the end of 6 months. And then at that point you can relax. And all the people that have been doing that feel that way. I push and I push and I push, and then I'll go on vacation. And I'll take a little bit of time off. However, most of us have already talked about it as well, that we'll go on vacation, but we'll still talk about it on vacation because we love it so much. So it's never really truly gone. But even just giving yourself 3 or 4 days to I just earned $5,000, whatever it is over that time period. I got executive. I got the goal. Now I need to keep executive. Now I need to write other people. Now I need, you're probably at 1-star, when you did executive. But now I need to get to 2-star. But there's a little bit of time in between there where you don't feel quite as much of that pressure, although we have 6 months to get as much money as you possibly can during that time period. Raquel and I went to the leadership meeting yesterday, which was phenomenal. Learned a lot at that, really got a lot. And you really can't relax at that point. So then you have another 6 months. But then once you get to 2-star, then you have a little bit of flexibility and you start working with the team. And I think it was someone, Susan Sly or someone mentioned, that you really cannot, hey Maria, you really cannot relax and stop personally building until executive. I don't believe that's the case. I don't think you can personally relax building ever, for one, but not as hard. You don't have to personally build as hard until I think you get to probably 2-star, right, Raquel? Then you can do a little bit more, 80% of building the team, 20% prospecting yourself.
I think it depends on who you're, you know what I mean?
Okay.
What's going on in your own thing. To me, I think right now I have to do a lot of prospecting,
Okay.
which is the opposite around way, but.
Right, but you're also not an executive right now, so
Right.
you gotta get back to executive,
Right.
so you have that executive
Yes.
push.
Yes.
So when we talk executive or 2-star, you know, just
Yeah.
2-star executive. So know that it's not there forever, but from certain points, there is that push, and then it can become a little bit relaxed. I mean, I spend a lot more time with the team now
I
than I
think
do
you
my
can
own
become more
personal
building
building.
is what I think.
Yeah, 2-star, you should be spending more time with it.
Right.
That's kind of, because that's really how it all works,
Right.
you know?
Right. And Susan Sly brought it out. She's like, it's a lot easier, but don't get stuck building the team because it is a lot easier to build someone else's business. You know, it's a lot easier as long as you're still building. And I still try to do my 1 to 2 per week of my own personals and coaching and so on. But the pressure's off. There's a lot of pressure that has been taken off. So I think once you hit certain levels, you can really breathe and enjoy. And of course the money's coming in, so then you have that conviction, and then I think you have more of that belief. And you should be past the point of failure, that fear of failure. There really shouldn't. It should just be gone at that point because you've done it. You've done it. Now you're helping other people make money, and you're seeing people bring in $200,000, $500,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month. And so you know it's working, and so that conviction should be there. Okay, so any other fears on your end? Time-wise, you just have to schedule it out. You just have to make it happen.
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
On that same thing.
Yeah.
Tori and I were talking about this the other night, is running out of the people. She's exhausted,
Okay?
all of her.
All right.
Can I
Here's-
respond?
yeah.
Well, before that,
Okay.
part of the thing, like, for me too, was, the fear, you know, like, well, I had a fear more people saying no, and, you know, past that now, but the fear of failure, I think, to me, that goes back to your why. And I think at some level, you have to decide if you really have developed your why, if you really have figured out what your why is. Because at the end of the day, when you truly know what your why is, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. And so if you know what you're doing this for, when those times come when you're feeling like, oh, you're gonna go beyond that, you won't care about that. So you have to figure out what your why is, like, not just on paper what everybody else is saying, but really dig deep to yourself and figure out what your why is, and then you'll be able to, like, go beyond that.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Very good advice.
I mean, it really just is. And did that hit home? I think it did. I saw the way you reacted. Yeah. You dug right in, you're like, yeah, that's it. So go home and pray about that and just, you know, ask for the help in finding the why. Because, I mean, we are such a spiritual company and business, and we really want people to have that. God really wants us to have that. So ask Him. Just ask Him to help you find that.
And be honest with yourself with this, because I think we all kind of decide what our why, you know, okay, well, this person's like this, or, no, really figure out what your why is. That's what really matters,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Once
no,
you do that.
it doesn't matter what anyone else's
Yeah.
why is.
If
You're not
it's-
doing it for anyone else. I mean, you may be, but internally, you're really doing it for yourself to help someone else possibly. What really matters to you? What's going to make a big difference to you that you've never received before?
And that's when it's gonna come from the
That's when it
heart.
comes from the heart, instead of the head, and it comes from the inside.
Because your head, like you were saying, is I don't know that I can do this. You said that, right? I don't know that I can do this. Well, I don't know that I can do it any day, but I don't think that way. I've totally switched my thinking of what's the worst thing that can happen? I do it. So I keep saying, I can do this, I got this, what's the next level? Next down the street, I got it. And then my husband, do you think you have it? And I go, no, I don't think I have it, but if I keep saying it and talking to myself in the mirror, I might get it. And I got it. And then Stephanie goes, oh, congratulations, you got it. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I got it. Tomorrow's the deadline. I don't even have it figured out. And I would go sit down and I would just think about it. I would pray about it and I would say, you know what? I've got it. That's all.
I'm by it.
You know how to do it.
So just saying it and hearing it and looking at myself in the mirror and believing it, and I did it. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I did it. So it's the next level. Okay, I got this. I've got this. And then you just keep saying it, and then you start to believe it. And if you believe it,
maybe video yourself while
That's
you're.
what we're doing right now. You guys can all watch that again. Good, okay, great. So Lisa brought up, one day you have it, one day you don't have it, and that's kind of what you were alluding to as well. Some days I feel really, really confident, some days I don't feel really confident. So what happens on the days you don't feel really confident? What's going on? Is there other factors in your life that are giving you that I don't have it, or is it really this, really what's in your heart? When you brought it out, so you gotta speak.
Yeah, I think Raquel hit it right on the head. Maybe the reason why my confidence level, why my, belief wavers, and I second guess myself and not feeling as confident some days than others, is maybe I haven't dug deep down enough with my why either. It makes me wonder and think, or maybe it's just not strong enough.
Might not be strong enough.
Might not be strong enough.
So for a lot of the people up on stage, going back to Celebration ISAU, different stories, a lot of them, they had no other choice. They had nothing else in their life to give them their goals. We all know David McArthur's, which I'm sure we could all just cry at moments notice thinking about his story. He had no choice. He had to find something different. Oh gosh, I'm going to forget names right now.
Well, the lady who sold her
Trisha Van Natter. I think she's one that I always think about. And she was so desperate and wanted these products to help her.
Right.
She sold her refrigerator.
Right, and yeah, exactly. Sarah Glass, who's also in our group, another one who she sold something, but she was so pent up health-wise that she's like, if you've got something that's going to make me feel better, something that's going to give me an opportunity to be mom and to be a person again, I want it, and I want all of it.
Right.
And she ended up getting a business builder because she was so tired of being sick.
Right. So how does somebody like me, who
What do
is
you
not
want
overweight, didn't have any
so
health issues,
bad? What do you want so bad?
Have you
that your
ever
job's
listened
not
to
gonna
Kelly?
give you?
Did you listen to
Yeah,
Peter Kelly?
yeah.
Your wife doesn't have to be,
I know.
you know, it really can just be,
Yeah.
you really want that new car, like, you know what I mean, whatever it is to you is what it is, you know what I mean? It could be.
That's my why. My why is that I wanted.
Okay,
That's it.
all
I mean,
right.
that's what I'm saying, it may, right, it doesn't have to be something fancy.
It doesn't have to be something that's.
Does not change
Major.
the world.
Major.
Right.
Change your cheese.
Right.
That's what
Do you
I'm
want
saying.
a house?
Now, yeah, you know what I mean?
Do you want to live in a house?
Yeah. Do I want to buy a house?
Okay.
And it can change, your wife today may not be your wife.
Right.
a month.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You know?
So it's,
Yeah.
so you
You gotta
change
get
your
your,
mind. Yeah.
there's immediate why.
Yeah.
What's your immediate why? You have a long-term why. Yeah, it can change.
Yeah.
So you just need to figure that out. What is
Yeah,
it
you
that
gotta figure it
now?
out. Yeah, what right now is.
Right now, what is so important that I'm going to step out of my comfort zone, I'm going to call people, I'm going to make a difference to helping other people, which in turn gives me my why.
Right.
You have to find that. And make it simple. Don't complicate it.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing I took from ICU, is we are making this complicated. Don't complicate it, it's really simple. Figure out your why. So think about that. Is it, I want a wedding, and I want this at my wedding, I want a new car, I want to live in a house with Frank. I don't want to work anymore, I just want to exercise and hike all day long. Which is what she wants.
But if it is, then that's your why, and be, you know, Susan said it to me, I don't remember, I can't quote her, but she said that, like there's a study that at people's funerals, did you?
Yes.
People's funerals,
Yes.
that the average like the average person, only about 5 people cry.
Right.
You know? And basically what she's saying is, if you're not somebody's gonna cry for me at my funeral, why am I gonna make you make a decision in my life? Would it even matter to me? If you decide that you're going to buy for me, well, why should that, like, hurt me in any way? I mean, you're not that important in my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to share something with you. So
That
don't
I
let
think
some
will help
average
you.
person, or, you know what I mean, just someone who told you no, change the rest of your life, or change your feelings, or your fears, or your, you know what I mean? Really be fine with, it's okay if someone tells you no. They don't make any decisions in your life.
Yeah.
And I always say, if they're no today, they might not be no in 2 months or 3
Oh my
months.
gosh.
So
She's
I
been 21 times
no,
before she said
no.
yes.
Okay, fine, no. And then in
24
my head,
times.
I say, that's no for today.
That's
And
right.
then I just put them down on my no list, with the date, and then I just wait, and so far, I'm 90% of all my no's when I first started, I've circled, and they've become yeses.
There you go.
And some of them have went far.
I was never a no.
I know.
I called you and said, Greta, give me those products. It's
Right.
But it's true.
That's
It
it.
really is.
I think the tickler system can help with that because that's a physical thing. If they
Yes.
told you no or not now or maybe but not right now, whatever, you physically remove their card out of your hand and put it at a later date. And so it's a physical thing where you can say, you know what, no problem, here, I'm going to call you back then. All right, we can talk about that if anyone doesn't know what that system is. All right.
Can I tell you something
Yeah.
else real quick?
Yes.
On the same sort of note. Today I was feeling confident. I went on my hike this morning at 5:30 this morning. I got to the top of the mountain. I was waiting and
In
resting
28
before I went down. In 28 minutes.
Camelback? Fastest that she's ever done.
Yeah.
28? I know, I'm not excited about this, really.
So anyway, but to my
Makes
right,
sense.
the right of me sitting on the mountain, there was this couple who had gotten up there just like a minute before me, a young couple, and she was talking about, they were talking about protein powder, okay?
Bam.
And she was getting out this container with protein powder in it, throwing water in it, mixing it up like it was goulash or something. But I heard them, and I didn't even think twice. I got 2 cards out of my camelback, and I went over to them and I said, "Excuse me," I said hello, and I said, "Excuse me, I couldn't help but hear you speaking about protein powder." And I said, I handed them my card. I said, I am partnered with ISAU. They're based here in Chandler, Arizona. I said, and they have the best protein powder. They have the best protein on the market. And I said, she said, well, how much sugar does it have? And I said, it's their meal replacement. It's a meal replacement. So it's got the right amount of sugar, protein, carbs, and all those things to make up a meal. So they were very interested. They took the card. They both took the card. But my point of this, bringing this up, is that I didn't even hesitate for a second.
Right,
Why can't I do that all the time?
right, okay. All
You
right.
know what I mean?
Can I say something that I told my husband today? I was really inspired with ICU, and I was just like I feel like I can actually do it, like it was a changer for me.
Good.
But one of the things that I told him, because he has more access to people throughout the day than I do, and he's, I'm always asking him, who are you talking to, have you talked to them? And I just told him, I said, look, everybody's a no. Everybody you see is an absolute no, because you haven't talked to them. So if you talk to them and they say no, you're right back where you were. So if it's a yes, you're already winning.
I love it.
And he was like, oh. I'm like, so you have nothing to lose, so just talk to people.
Right.
And he's like,
Good.
okay.
That's good.
That's awesome.
That's really
That is great analogy.
That
I love
is
that.
really good.
That's what I made that one.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly,
think
that
there's
is.
a basketball court like that, something like, you may say we shot, you don't take, or something like that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you don't do it, it's going to be a no, or it's going to be a 0, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so you also brought up you're nervous about exhausting your network. All right, well, you just opened up a whole new thing. And one thing I think you two need to do without a question, and Andy, you need to take your mountain, and anyone else that has their little mountain that they hike, and I don't mean little. But just set up camp and at a trailhead. Where you can start talking to people. You can hand out your card, you can wear your icy gear, you can
There's people up with
you
More
can give them
energy
one more
and little
energy.
Dixie cups.
Mhm.
And just saying, hey, I've got lots more energy, or know you're getting ready to go up this mountain. You want to just try it, let me know. When
Yeah.
you get back down, let me know what you think, or if you'd like to know more about
Yeah.
it. Send them off with a shot.
Those are
Right.
really super
It's a
ideas.
great
Wow.
idea.
The weather's cooling down, it's a
Yeah.
perfect time for you to kind of hang out for an hour, 2, 3 hours. They'll be up and down, no problem. A great place to do that at is Dreamy Draw. Camelback and Echo might be a little tricky because there's no spot.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, find a spot if you want.
The conflict is with Echo.
Echo, you can do Echo.
Parking lots.
Will there be an issue though with setting up?
Hey, you know, if they kick you out, they kick you out.
Yeah.
See, I have a hard time with it. I have a hard time with being that,
Beg for forgiveness instead of asking for permission.
I'm too Catholic maybe, I don't know.
Okay,
It's the guilt.
so what's more important, helping hikers have the energy to get up there so that they don't slip and fall like all those people did a couple weeks ago, and being more focused and having their brain ready to do that hike, or not necessarily asking for permission ahead of time and then having the helicopters come and rescue them. Sorry, that's just my thought. I told you I'm sleep deprived. You know, and you can always just, if you don't feel that way, Lisa will do it.
I know,
Lisa will know. She'll let you know her experience.
Yeah, I know there's now that mountain in their shoes.
Right, exactly.
You don't have to necessarily.
And then, you know what, you can
That's
always,
true.
you can always ask the
I mean,
ranger.
you don't, you could just pack a backpack.
They may
Yeah.
say you already.
Give those little bottles of water.
Yeah, that's right, bottle of water.
If you're gonna give our hikers water and a little bit of energy that's all natural, I might be okay with that, because then I don't have to go rescue them.
Yeah.
Myself, I would never
They
say
might
that.
say,
I would do
okay.
something. I'm hiking such thing, but someone's offering something, I would take it, you know.
I mean, if you decide, okay, you know what, today I'm only gonna give out 5. Okay, I mean, it's better than none. So if you have 5 bottles of water and 5 sticks, all you have to do is you hand 5 them with your,
Right.
you
You
know.
don't even have to set up camp, and this is what you've been doing all the time, you
You
talk
want
about
that
that.
stick?
Why can't I just talk to the other hikers? Why can't I give them a bottle of water? I mean, how many times have we all given a hiker or someone a bottle of water or chocolate or
Well, I
water
did that
or something?
yesterday. Lisa and I ran into a young lady who is hiking the Grand Canyon River in Sweden.
Right,
And she had a bottle of green juice.
yeah.
And I was interested in that. What is that? What are you taking? And so she showed us, and I read the ingredients, and I said, wow, do you take electrolytes too? She says, yeah, I need to get some. And I gave her a stick and my card. And Lisa and I told her, you know, how nutritional it is. Nutritious, thank you. You know, all the natural benefits, the electrolytes, and she was very appreciative. I did not get her information, but we kind of had a relationship going
Right,
there.
absolutely. You found your common ground.
She's got the same birthday as me.
There, another common ground. You made a relationship, and that's the biggest thing. If you're nervous about what to say to someone, just remember the FROHM, or that acronym. But, you know, do you have family? What do you like to do for recreation? What do you do for an occupation? And do you like it? Isn't that it?
Family,
Forgot age.
occupation,
I know what's it.
recreation, and money.
So,
Like what you do for,
Hobbies.
hobby, what are your hobbies?
That's right.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
during that conversation, you found out she's hiking, remember, she doesn't have electrolytes, your birthday's in the same day. You got all kinds of money. You got all, how do you make money? Do you like it?
what do you do for a living?
Yeah. You got all kinds of pieces of information. You start a relationship, she was comfortable. And people will buy from people they're comfortable with. They don't have to love you and trust you, they just have to be comfortable with you. and then you bring in the validation. So, okay, so hopefully that, just have a conversation with people, bring in some kind of validity with them. And then, whatever they say is okay, but if you don't talk to them, it's just a no. It's just a no, and how many no's do you like today? Yeah.
I love that.
That's really great.
That's awesome.
Kudos to
I
her.
feel like where I'm at right now, it's like 2 steps forward and then like 3 steps back, and then 1 step forward and then 0 steps back.
Let's talk about that.
And especially with my team, like I have people. I told Greta, I called her in a tizzy last week on Thursday because I have these 2 girls on my team. One is I enrolled and then one she enrolled, and they're both like half-assing the business, but they keep saying we're not doing business. And I'm like, but you each have like 5 people enrolled, so you're already doing the business. Now why don't you just do it the right way? Like you don't have to do anything more than what you're doing right now.
Okay.
But wouldn't you like to have some more information? Because I cannot get them to do a call. So they're constantly calling me with like, oh, I went inactive. What happens? I don't understand. What's the phrase? And then it's like we're constantly like fighting fires as they're happening instead of like being proactive about it. And they're both stay-at-home moms who claim that they're too busy. And I said, I work a full-time job and I have 2 kids, so I don't want to hear it. Like we all have plenty of time to do this. Yeah. But I told her and I just said, they're doing the business, but they won't like admit to it. Like how, I don't understand.
You don't want the pressure.
They don't
want the pressure of it.
And so they're also not like, Bridget's been doing this like a week and she's got 4 people underneath her. Like her people are sending her people. So I'm like, Nicole, you have to help her and you have to let me help you because if these people aren't getting coached, they're gonna leave.
Right. So you may have to bypass them a little bit and reach down and talk to those people. And keep having the conversations with the other 2, or videotaping, so maybe a little careful, but keep telling them and keep including them. If you're going to private message one of the girls, include the upline. If you're going to text them, include the upline. Keep them included, but you take charge and take control, because ultimately, this is your business, and ultimately, they want it, they need to be coached, they need the information. Anyone that's in between, if they don't know what they want, they may or may not be there. And if they disappear and there's no one above to help those other people, those people are going to disappear. So you just step right in and say, hey, great, I know you don't know if you want this as a business or not. However, I'm going to start some conversations and I'll include you.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to get paid. And when you feel the need and the want and the desire to come in and do more, just jump right in.
So the other person recently she tried to do Stella and Dot, and I think that's where some of her hesitation's coming from, because I don't think she had any success with it.
Okay.
And so she is, she likes the products and is liking, and she's signing people up that are asking her about it. But I think I think she had a bad experience, and so she's worried about doing that.
What was her bad experience?
Stella and Dot, it's jewelry.
We don't know what her experience was per se.
She didn't earn any money. She put a ton of money out.
Which is extremely common for almost every other direct sales
Right.
business. Yeah, you work.
But me telling her, like, this is different is, like this in her era.
Sure. Then she just has to earn it. Is she one of the ones who's bringing people in?
She's bringing people in, and then she has people bringing in.
Okay, so she's
we're
got
like-
her ISAU wallet. Does she have stuff going on both sides?
She does. One of her other associate today, she has one on each side, one just returned her stuff. And I think that it's because she wasn't getting.
She didn't get coached. So reach out, talk to her. Can I ask you, is there, any particular reason why you returned your product? Can I give you some information? Would you like to try anything different? Reach out. Because we don't want anyone to have a bad experience, because it doesn't need to be. She's a 2% ratio of people that return product. So we don't want them to have that.
Yeah.
So reach out, and whatever she says is fine. But if she walks away from it, it just wasn't for me. Thank you so much, Lauren, for reaching out. I appreciate that. And there was great customer service. Great. And leave it there. What you can do to help the other girls who are kind of the in-between is continuously share with them their income that they're making. Continuously let them know, oh, you just cycled this week. You're 25 Beebe away from the cycle. You're this, you're that, you're almost there. You're about ready to make another $54. Oh my gosh, your person's going to become a consultant. You're going to make $100. just keep showing them the income.
Yeah.
Because they are interested, they have an interest, they're saying the right words to get people. They just won't make that commitment, which is okay. Again, I still have people a year and a half, almost 2 years into this, not willing to make that commitment. But something will happen, something will change, and when their time is right. And that's okay. It's okay. Just keep finding the ones that want it. And ask people, do you want this? The 45-second presentation book is phenomenal because it gives you that checklist of people who attend the meetings, who attend the workshops, who attend the phone calls, and who are talking to people they want. You've just taken them from a silver ship, which everyone does come in as a silver, silver, gold, silver, bronze. So they do come in as a silver, business-wise, but if they're doing all those things, they can become a gold. If not, they can stay silver. But if they say no, 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 then they become a bronze and you just move on. And it's okay. Take that index card, file it away. I'll contact you in 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it is. And just get rid of it, get it out, because it takes that energy. And that's where a lot of people kind of get stuck. Maybe those are some of the up days and the down days.
Yeah.
You get stuck because you're worried about, or something affects you about them not moving forward. But you can move forward with or without them. And you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of that. All right, so the networks, exhausting your people. Really, literally, there are networks of people everywhere. Talking to hikers. You just think of the area that you're in. You know, going to a school, any environment that you're in. The soccer clubs. You know, dropping out samples to the dentist, talking to your dentist, wearing your gear. I mean, I just got a clothing store because I had my isogenic shirt on. Carrying the cup. Having anything you can have. I'm giving away this backpack today. Anything you can do that will show you your bag, whatever it is. But be
Susan's
proud and
slide.
brand yourself. Show people I do isogenics.
Yeah, Susan's slide came up, this was a new one for me, but on her presentation, when she was on stage, and I thought this was interesting. She said, if you have paid someone $100 or more, they owe you 10 minutes of their time.
Right.
And I thought about the lady that helped me at Soma. Why not, you know, the
Right.
people that have helped us in a department store, or somebody that you built a relationship in that sort of, you know, way. So it kind of broadened my, you
Oh my
know.
God, a lot of people owe me time.
Right. Right. Think about that. I mean, all the people
I just thought
that
that was
you
really
have given more than $100 more. So you got
Yeah.
your dentist, your doctor, your gynecologist, your OB, your chiropractor, your esthetician, the waxer, your hairdresser, insurance, financial.
I mean, it just it opens up a whole new
Right.
list of people,
It
which
does.
I thought was, you know, which kind of ding, 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 ding.
Their business counts on you. Why shouldn't your business count on them? And all the people they know.
I just thought that was good, yeah.
And you can approach it not necessarily with, I'm one of your customers, this is where you may not want to go. I'm one of your customers, you should be one of mine. You can approach it in a different way. I'm really, really gung-ho about my business, and I'm really building. I know I'm one of your customers, and I've given you referrals and helped you. I was wondering if you could do the same thing for me. Anyone you know that might be interested in their health or making complaints, or you're in this business, people tell you all the time they need to sleep better, they need
Especially the hairdressers.
Exactly.
The
Yeah,
hairdressers.
talking to Katrina about that. They're in the chair all day long. Anyone you know that needs more money, or anyone you know that wants to buy a car or buy a new house, maybe they're having a baby, maybe they're having a grandbaby, but they need more money in their life. Maybe they just want more. Can we talk about referrals?
And you know, when you say you exhaust your list, I know I feel like I've exhausted it too, but I sort of did a different spin, much like what you're saying is, okay, I know you said no, but do you know anyone? Because I decided this is my business. My why is I really want to help people with their health. So if you know of anybody or anybody that's interested in starting a business, just refer them to me. So So it's surprising how many referrals you get from different people. They might not be ready, but they know other people that might be ready, and they refer, which takes us that guesswork out of it. And eventually, actually, they come around too, because now they refer people, they're signing up, and they're like, I'm the only one not on the list. You know, and then they come around too.
Like,
But
don't
it's
you want to be
really
on my
true.
list? You know, don't you want to be?
And even chiropractors, so I asked my chiropractor, and he did not want to put it in his, but he was great about saying, why don't you give a before and after flyer for me, and I'll put up a sign with your business cards.
That's
So I mean,
awesome.
so even if you don't give them, don't think that that's a no. That's just a no, I don't want to do that piece, but maybe you'll do this piece for me. Makes a big difference too.
And was that a hard conversation for you to have with any of them?
That was an easier conversation
Yeah.
than saying, hey, are you interested in this product? And you know who got me on this? This one.
What did I do?
Because she's a recruiter, and she says the fastest way to have someone interested in a position is to email them and say, you know, I have this great position open, do you know of anyone? What does that do to you? What about me?
Yeah.
What about me? I'm interested, and that's who she's going after. So you're the one that got me on that.
So why?
You're great.
You know what? I have,
Susan and I talked about that too, like, I know it's probably not for you, but do you know someone,
Yeah, I think she did too.
or who do you know?
And internally, that person that you're talking to
like,
is
well,
like,
why is it right?
"Yeah, of course it's for me," and they may or may not say anything right away, but they come around. But it will make your conversations easier to have if you're not, are you interested?
Didn't we touch on that in the 45-second presentation
I
as
think
well?
so.
That same-
Yeah. It's, who do you know? Do you know someone? I'm looking for referrals, and you guys are all in a position right now where you are taking your business into a business. And for you to just say, I really have revamped what I'm doing. I love this so much. I want to help as many people as I possibly can, and I'm running this as a business now. It's no longer a hobby for me. It's a business, and so I'm looking for referrals. I'm looking for people who blah, 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 blah. And just to have that conversation, people want to help. So if you tell them, I need help with people, who do you know? And then if you get them excited and you actually give them some free product on top of that, and you're like, oh, she's going to give me a lot more energy every time or something, okay.
I coached a trainer that I know from high school but haven't talked to in 10 or 15 years, and he said, I did the whole, like, I'm doing a project, I keep going back to your name into that. I think that's Zach Slogan's script, which has really been a really easy way to open doors, or just to start a conversation. And he came back and said, no, I don't recommend, or I don't endorse anything that is, what did he say, where it requires a membership.
Okay.
And so I went into Start and I asked, like, what are your, which is like my new favorite group, I think you're in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because their responses are really, really different, I think, because they're targeting a different audience. And then Audrey Moss, or whatever her name is, posted a video on Friday where she said she did her presentation that she does for college kids when she's getting ready to sign them up. The very first thing she said was, we are not salespeople. We open up accounts for people to get their products paid for at the lowest price. And so I went back to that guy and I said, well, Isagenix has memberships, or he didn't even know what I was talking about. I hadn't even told him that it was Isagenix yet. I said, well, we do have a membership opportunity, but it's really just an account to receive your products at the lowest price. And he came back and was like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, he's like, I have a product that I use. And I said, well, if you have clients that aren't seeing results with Whole Food, which is probably all of them, let's be real, I would appreciate the referral. And he's like, oh, okay, great, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I don't know if he will, but the point was, it was a no, but it wasn't like a hell no, I'm not going to talk to you about it. It was like nice and cordial and easy and whatever.
And then you went back to the group, got your answer, went back to them, and the door was reopened.
Well, and I wasn't even searching for that, but I clicked on the video and then it was like, oh, that's the perfect way to answer this.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and that's, and for those of you that did go to ISAU.
She's that girl is on some serious e-shots, because she has so much energy
memberships, what they're suggesting is that we talk to people about opening an account. It's really simple. Are you ready to open your account? Receive the lowest discounts, be able to receive credit or an income in the future. Let's get the information so we can open your account. And I think that would even take away the date of birth and the social security number problem too, because you're opening an account. You open an account with Costco or whoever else, you get that information. Yeah. Yeah, great, thank you, Lauren.
So for these, I have a question, for people, like say you go to Trader Joe's, and like today I had a situation, I was in the parking lot and this woman was just standing by her car, older woman, and she's like, I'm just really enjoying the way, she just like sparked up a conversation. And I'm like, oh, I know this is for me. I know this is for me. What am I gonna do? I mean, I don't have business cards or anything like that yet, which that's my next step. So I just didn't know how to go into it. So I feel like I just like wasted my opportunity.
Okay. Well, how did the conversation go?
She was just standing there with her cart, just looking up at the sky, and I got out, locked my car, and she's like,